The current Punisher is one of the comics that I'm really into right now. I absolutely love it. I've covered the first issue on my channel and I've looked forward to each issue. The artwork has been great and writer Matthew Rosenberg has done a really good job. Now today I'm covering issue 7, which is the latest issue considering the day that I recorded this. To catch you guys up, because a lot has happened in the Punisher. Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, has killed Mandarin and has been after Baron Zemo and Hydra. Now Baron has been devising this plan really to have his own little country of Bagalia. Now Punisher has been killing people in broad daylight and is wanted by just about everybody from criminals to the police. To even further really tarnish his name, Zemo has had some adversaries such as like Bullseye actually pretending to be the Punisher and killing other people. Now, Nick Fury, with the help of Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil actually pops up for a little bit. They actually sell him out. And we don't quite know why Fury did that, but he actually hands him over to Zemo and Bagalia with the promise that he'd basically leave the US and never return. So now Punisher is a prisoner of Hydra, and though it doesn't, really completely ruin this issue, there's a completely out of place shot at white man, no pun intended, but let's get into it. So we start this issue in Bagalia City, and you can see that Punisher is being filmed, if I can get to the daggum page. But you see that Punisher is being filmed, being placed under arrest by Hydra agents. Remember, this isn't the real Punisher. This is a pretend. What's happening is that because the world hates Punisher, or so they think, they're trying to make it appear as such. It will make Hydra and the country look good if they basically make it appear as if they are bringing him to justice as he's wreaking havoc on this island. Punisher also right here has a beard, he has long hair, he's all jacked because he's been in this prison for a while now. As you can see, Sister Mercy is in this prison as well. Why, I have no idea. She is without an eye. She's basically trying to explain to him that his actions make things worse and he's been doing this for a long time. But we do get this cool reference to the 1987 Punisher, which deals with Punisher causing hell in Venezuela. Now, Sister Mercy was there on a mission trip. Jigsaw and the Rev were, of course, there as well. They were doing all kinds of weird stuff, enslaving people and so forth, and the Punisher went there and kicked ass. But apparently in doing so, he may have made things worse, and this is the point she is driving home to Punisher. And this is where we get this totally out of place shot at white man. Makes no sense. It's just there. It's randomized, you really can't see it here, but it says, and I quote, "Their homes were burned, crops destroyed, water poisoned, their men hurt or killed, as it always is when white men come to a new land. You spoke of salvation, but your breath reeked of death." This is just bad writing, as the only point here was just to paint white men as bad guys when they travel. Obviously, she's referring to historical aspects of conquest and colonialism. Now, granted, these ideas are not exclusive to white men from a historical aspect. That's irrefutably the case. This also was just nothing but a shot. It's completely randomized. It does not move the story along, nor is this even the ultimate point she's trying to make. You could take this line out and it wouldn't matter. It's like the writer just had to slide this in here somewhere and it was completely useless. This seems to happen way more often than it should in this day and age of comics. This issue isn't completely ruined though, and it has nothing to do really with good writing or anything like that, but rather the character of the Punisher, because he's basically like, as you can see here, I ain't apologizing for nothing. He shrugged the entire conversation off. But moving on, Punisher, of course, is not a compliant prisoner at all. He beats up these guards, he's killing guards, he's in the most brutal of ways. He's sticking taser battens down their throats. He's even Mike Tysoning one of them, as he does right here, biting their ear off. And he ends up getting put back in general population. Now, Zemo wants Punisher alive, for the record, which is why he's allowed to do all of this and not be dead. So a guard ends up, if I can get there, a guard is about to lay into Sister Mercy, right? And this is where Frank finally listens to her advice as rather than beating the crap out of him, the guard that is, he decides to take the beating on really behalf of her. And he gets so messed up that he has to have surgery. But ironically, by the end of this issue, she says that now that he understands the ramifications of his actions, they can use his fury to help take control of the prison. As she says right here, man, fuck Sister Mercy. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this issue. I don't think I even showed the cover art, right? This is the issue right here. But Punisher is one of the few comics right now that I look forward to. I get them usually day one when they drop. And it's done a very solid job of really straying away from that sort of nonsense, that social justice nonsense that has seemed to infest all of comics these days. So it didn't completely ruin it. I have to be fair about that, though. I thought that little bit was just was so whack. But anyway, a lot of you guys have been asking me about doing other reviews. I don't have the time to do just reviews on all of the different requests that I get. However, I do have a setup on my Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/EricDJuly, you can check that out. If you become a patron, you can actually, what you do is you get a request that I will honor. So if you do become a patron, those I specifically will honor. And you can request hey, cover this. I'd like you to cover this. And all the details are there over at patreon.com/EricDJuly. So check that out. But until next time, man, y'all be easy.